Hey Siri, take me to Times Square. Today's video is about what people think sin means. So I set out today to ask questions. Do you think most humans are inclined to do bad things or good things? Do you know what the word sin means? How would you define sin? What do you think is the most common sin? I conjecture that it would be possible to find some diverse opinions here in Times Square. So I got to looking for people willing to be on camera. I found 5 people total. 5 people in all of Times Square. The first person is an artist, and in exchange for listening to some of his music, he let me interview him. The second person was a tour guide, and the last 3 gentlemen were from South Africa. Here's what they said in response to the questions. Alright, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Wizo. I'm an artist from the Bronx, New York. Most people call me Wizo Cracc. You can look me up online as Wizo Cracc, W-I-Z-O-C-R-A-C-C.
Do you think most humans are inclined to do good things or bad things?
I think they're inclined to do good things.
Yeah.
I think it's 50-50. I think it's split down the middle. I think some humans are inclined to do bad things, and I think some humans are inclined to do good things.
I think it depends on what they surround themselves with.
Yeah. You think human nature is good?
Human nature is good.
Okay.
It is good.
Yeah.
Okay. We're supposed to be good. Okay. Do you guys know what the word sin means?
The word sin, I would define the word sin. It would have to do with your beliefs. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel about it. Because like some religions define certain things as sin and some religions don't. You know what I mean? Like you have some religions that do piercings and tattoos and all that, and you have some religions that think that's a sin. So I think it's all what it means to you.
I know what it means, and I would define it as going against your nature.
Do something that's not godly.
Okay. Yeah.
Not godly.
Okay. Makes sense. And then last question, what do you think is the most common sin?
Sinning. Thoughts.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Taking things for granted.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And I think sometimes we measure the sins sometimes.
Okay.
You know?
Which ones are good, which ones are
Exactly.
bad? Okay, okay.
Which one is alright and which one is like,
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Sin is sin.
Right.
It's all what it means to you. You know what I mean? And if you're a person that's an atheist and you don't believe in a higher power, you don't believe in God, a sin to you may be different than somebody else.
I guessed ahead of time that it may be difficult to get tons of interviews here, so as insurance, I did some polls on my personal Instagram account and asked the same questions at the same time I was looking for interviewees. Here are some of the results. In response to the first poll, there were 435 total views and 134 total votes. 95 people said people are inclined to do good, and 39 people said people were inclined to do bad. That's about 71% for good people and 29% for bad people. In response to the second poll, there were 431 total views and 117 total votes. 99 people said yes and 18 people said no. That's about 85% that know what sin is and 15% that didn't. Finally, in response to what the most common sin was, we got quite a few responses. There were 405 views and 39 responses to the question. First place was selfishness, second pride, and third place was lying. The rest were a variety of responses and some non-response or context-based responses. Quick disclaimer here. 1. My main audience responding is probably Christian, so be aware there may be a bias. 2. There may be some mistaken clicks on the polls, but not so many that it significantly damaged the data. And 3. This is data from the people I personally know, not everyone in the whole world, so let's work with what we got. It would seem that most people think that humans have a propensity or inclination to do good, that it is in human nature to do good things. It would also seem that people understand what sin is as well, and the most common sin, according to this Instagram questionnaire, is selfishness. All this is fascinating, and more so because it kind of aligns somewhat with what the Bible says. So, a little bit of a cliffhanger here. Tune in next week for part 2 of this video on sin, where we dig in with what the Bible has to say about sin and how it relates to people.